November 2025 has arrived with a surge of anxiety, confusion, and cautious hope among millions of immigrants and visa applicants across the United States.
Quiet slowdowns in green card approvals, longer national visa center review times,
And new verification procedures are fueling uncertainty at a time when many families were expecting long-awaited progress.
Welcome to USA Migration Compass, your trusted source for verified updates on U.S. immigration, policy, and government affairs.
Please make sure to subscribe, like, and share this update so you never miss critical developments shaping America's future.
As the new fiscal year unfolds, immigration attorneys and applicants alike are questioning what is happening behind the scenes. Why are green card interviews being postponed again? Why are NVC case updates taking weeks longer than before? And could the Trump administration be preparing a new wave of strict immigration orders ahead of the 2026 midterm election year? Across the U.S., immigration case trackers and online communities are reporting a noticeable slowdown in USCIS approvals since mid-October. Adjustment of status cases that previously took 6 to 8 months are now extending beyond 10. Even routine green card renewals are facing longer processing windows. This has left many families in limbo, unable to travel, renew work authorization, or plan their futures. Applicants who filed marriage-based petitions earlier this year were hoping for interviews before Christmas, but many field offices are now scheduling them for March or April 2026. According to multiple immigration attorneys, the agency appears to be quietly rebalancing its workload, prioritizing employment-based petitions and humanitarian parole renewals while slowing down family-based interviews. This shift likely stems from record-high filings during the Biden-Trump transition and ongoing pressure to manage backlogs more efficiently. The National Visa Center, NVC, is also facing mounting pressure. November reports reveal that document review times have stretched to an average of 70 to 85 days, compared to about 45 days earlier this summer. Families waiting for immigrant visa interviews, particularly spouses, parents, and children of U.S. citizens, are enduring months of silence. Some have already completed their forms, medical exams, and payments, yet are still waiting for interview letters. Part of this delay, insiders say, is tied to new security rechecks introduced in early 2025 under revised verification rules designed to detect fraud. Another factor is the ongoing staffing shortage at major U.S. consulates, especially in Manila, Mumbai, and Ciudad Juarez, 3 of the busiest visa posts worldwide. At these locations, immigrant visa interviews are being scheduled 4 to 6 months ahead, while non-immigrant appointments, including visitor and student visas, are now extending well into mid-2026.
The November 2025 Visa Bulletin has brought mixed signals for applicants. Employment-based green card categories like EB2 and EB3 for India and China saw only modest forward movement, while family-based categories such as F2A and F3 remain virtually stagnant. Officials at the Department of State attribute this slow progress to demand management, essentially avoiding the over-allocation of visa numbers too early in the fiscal year. Yet, for thousands of families who have waited a decade or more, this explanation offers little comfort. For the F4 category, brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens, wait times remain painfully long. Many applicants who filed in 2010 are still waiting for a visa number. These prolonged delays continue to separate families across continents, highlighting persistent inequities in the U.S. immigration quota system. Adding to the uncertainty are reports suggesting that the Trump administration may reinstate a stricter version of the public charge rule, a controversial policy that would require family sponsors to prove strong financial stability before petitioning for relatives. While no official announcement has been made, sources close to policy advisors confirmed that USCIS internal teams are reviewing affidavit of support procedures and related system flags. If implemented, this rule could directly affect tens of thousands of pending family-based petitions, especially those filed by low to middle-income households. Immigration advocates warn that such measures could discourage lawful sponsorship and contradict the core American value of family unity. Advocacy organizations and immigration lawyers have voiced growing frustration, accusing USCIS and the NVC of engaging in what they call selective throttling, deliberately slowing certain application types while fast-tracking others. They argue that business and employment-based petitions continue to move relatively quickly, while family reunification cases remain stalled. This isn't just about paperwork, one advocate said. It's about fairness and keeping families together, the foundation of U.S. immigration policy for decades. These criticisms echo a broader debate about whether current administrative practices are unintentionally favoring corporate interests over humanitarian or family priorities. Another development raising eyebrows within the immigration community is the surge in requests for evidence, or RFEs. Both employment and family-based applicants are receiving more RFE notices than usual, often for details that were previously considered straightforward. Some applicants are being asked to resubmit updated medical exams, income proof, or additional relationship documents. Immigration attorneys believe this reflects an internal tightening of USCIS quality control, possibly under oversight from congressional committees and policy review boards. For DACA recipients and asylum seekers, the tension is even higher. Reports indicate that the administration may soon introduce new eligibility filters for humanitarian parole and work permits, potentially triggering another round of legal challenges from advocacy groups. Despite the ongoing turbulence, there are signs of progress. USCIS and the Department of State have both reaffirmed their commitment to digital modernization, aiming to eliminate most paper-based workflows by mid-2026. In select countries, consulates are experimenting with virtual document verification systems, digital pre-screening tools that could eventually reduce interview wait times for renewals and returning immigrants. However, these programs remain in pilot phases, and rollout is uneven across regions. Immigration experts note that full modernization could dramatically improve efficiency, transparency, and communication, but only if supported by sufficient staffing and funding. Observers say the coming 2026 midterm elections are likely to push immigration back to the political forefront. Both major parties are expected to use border policy, work permits, and visa backlogs as campaign issues. This means the months ahead could bring rapid shifts in enforcement priorities, executive actions, or regulatory reforms. For applicants, the best strategy remains the same: stay alert, monitor official updates, and ensure all documents are current and accurate. Although the system feels strained, it is still functioning, with USCIS approving hundreds of thousands of green cards, work permits, and citizenship applications each quarter.
For now, immigration attorneys urge applicants to focus on preparation and patience. Keeping documentation ready, responding promptly to RFEs, and maintaining communication with attorneys or case trackers can make a major difference when processing speeds vary. While November 2025 reflects a cautious era in U.S. immigration, experts remain optimistic that modernization, policy clarity, and continued oversight will eventually restore faster and fairer processing. Each small update, whether a visa bulletin movement, an RFE approval, or a new interview schedule, brings another family closer to realizing their American dream. As the U.S. immigration landscape continues to evolve, staying informed has never been more important. For families waiting abroad, for DACA recipients seeking renewal, and for green card holders watching the system shift again, vigilance and verified information are key. This concludes today's special coverage from USA Migration Compass. Stay informed by subscribing and following for continuing updates on immigration, law, and U.S. policy.